welcome to the Cryptonaut podcast. I am Mark Stores, and with me as always is
Rob Morphy.
Oh, summertime fun time, Bobby boy fun time, Bobby boy.
Yeah, no, I've been living up to the hype too. It has been nothing but like outdoors and pool action and the rock and roll hits as well as the hip hop.
Nice.
I'm not leaving any genre unturned. Lots of parties. We've been to a bunch of them mutually.
Yeah, no.
And yeah, just more summertime fun than I've packed into the last 3 summers combined.
Well, I mean, now we're back. We're coming hot off the heels of July 4th, and you know, getting back to sober land for a little bit here.
You've blown up things how many days in a row?
Too many.
Yeah.
I just reek of like booze and fireworks and vapes and zins and
nice.
Gator lights and liquid IVs.
It's important.
Wow.
It's important to hydrate.
Yeah,
and,
all kinds of stuff.
Your holiday season starts with gunpowder, ends with fucking dead pumpkin hugging.
Dude.
So it's like the full circle of life.
Yeah, exactly. And you are.
I'm Chris.
Awesome. Thank you all so very much for joining us. Before we get started, we got that merch available, hellerspace.com.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new storefront, still backed by TeePublic.
Yep.
So any issues you got, you can go through TeePublic for support. Totally cool. Check that out, hellerspace.com. And of course, all the bonus content and bonus audio and video that you would like to check out is available at patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. You can see us do this podcast.
Oh my.
Not just the short clips that we post, but an actual full episode.
Yeah.
You can go there and watch.
Yeah.
So
the unending thrill.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Dude, I mean
you'll see the edits. But.
That's the thing is if you watch the video, you will totally see the edits.
Yeah, usually audio-wise, they're always elusive, at least in my experience.
Oh, yeah, you can't tell.
No.
But video-wise, you will see.
As we're editing, I can literally catch your breath. I know when you take a breath in, where to cut it, and then how to bring it in when you put the breath out.
That's a level of intimacy that I didn't know we shared.
I catch your breath.
I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to mix the breaths.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes,
Dude.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sometimes you can like run the breath into a breath and you can't even tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Look at you guys.
Sometimes I mess myself up when I do the intros and I'm like, oh God, I took too many breaths in.
Yeah. When you see the thin line that goes right into the word,
Yes, exactly.
It makes it really harder to cut.
Son of a bitch.
Right.
I did too many. And then, it makes it super hard to edit. But regardless, we're here. We're doing an Invasion Mexico. La Rumorosa incident.
Yes.
You did it.
I told you I was going to murder it.
No, you did good.
I only said La Rumorosa 14 times.
But look how well you said it the last time.
Exactly.
And that's what counts.
Yeah, but it's on
Progress.
the fly. It's the spontaneity
Yeah,
of it.
well,
La
you know what?
Rumorosa.
Oh, see? Look at you.
Is it the rumor?
No, you'd think. I think it's the noisy sort of. I think so. I think that's what rumorosa means.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, obviously, I am not bilingual. I'm barely monolingual.
Chris mentioned it earlier. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's the rumor. I'm like, sick.
I assume that too.
No,
it is not.
Sadly. Well, you know what? Let's get started with on an impulsive excursion into the Mexican wilds. 3 teenagers would confront not only deadly snakes and the ominous prospect of being lost in the woods after dark, but something much more insidious, an armada of UAP and a small army of glow-in-the-dark entities who seemed hellbent on bringing them down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're going down, boys.
Literally, as you'll find out.
Okay, yeah.
But more importantly, I would think deadly vipers and being lost in the wilds at night would be quite enough to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's like the wildlife you have to deal with regardless. But then when you're like, oh, there's all this like weird little like UAP tiny little dudes, like you're just making it that much worse, man.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you get some kind of cool coalition together with all the wildlife, where you're like, look, we're fighting for planet Earth.
I mean,
okay, I get it. We're normally at war.
It would be so awesome.
The Viper War. Think about it.
Oh, the Great Viper War.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you're like, we're going to combine forces.
Oh my!
I'm going to ride you.
You're
like
going to start hucking like javelins.
No, you ride
the bedaggered fucking teeth of rattlers up at the fucking aliens.
You ride the Vipers into battle.
Oh, they're small vipers,
and then
buddy.
You have them, and
you strap 6 to each foot.
Oh, like the Bible, the Viper turns into a fucking like spear.
Yes, exactly.
Oh no, the spear turned into the Viper, and then back into a spear.
That damn Bible spear. That one always gets me. All right, man. Well, let's do it.
So, I feel obliged, and I'm going to continue with For those hardy wilderness-loving souls who love nothing more than ditching the rat race, hiking into the forest, and spending a few precious days in the natural splendor of a wooded glade, savoring the solitude and simple pleasures of sipping cold brew in the fresh air, cooking over a crackling campfire, and sleeping under the stars, let this serve as what may well be my final warning. Don't fucking do it. The woods are full of sinister shit that wants you dead, and it's not just bears, nice tea there.
I love bears.
Bears, wolves, and wildcats, not to mention skunks, that will ruin your day. Sometimes it's something much weirder, though no less traumatizing. So I'm still putting it out there. I'm still trying to protect our listeners from themselves, but they're not listening yet.
Yeah,
no,
this
chipping away.
Fully falls under fuck the woods.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is not technically a fuck the woods, but it could be.
It is under that umbrella.
Definitely. So, fucking be careful. To wit, the case that we are about to delve into comes to us originally from a doc produced by the often problematic, jump in headfirst and damn the consequences journalist, TV host, and UFO maven Jaime Maussan. The program in question being Beyond the Spectrum - Humanoids. But if you're looking to see this intriguing chronicle of allegedly authentic alien encounters, often complemented with actual and, of course, obligatorily blurry footage, it is no longer available on most streaming platforms. So you'll now have to sit through producer and paranormal enthusiast Darcy Weirs, whose work I generally enjoy, 2022 rebranding of the piece titled Humanoids, The Real Close Encounters of the Third Kind? With a question mark, we don't know. Maybe. Which features a snarky asshat and a winter cap making sarcastic comments in a tiny room to show, I guess, how the American producers were above such paltry things as claims of close encounters with non-human entities. BT dubs, I feel like I have to add, I'm not shitting on the snarky asshat, as he was likely just an actor earning a paycheck.
It is kind of, it is kind of
pithy post-90s fucking nothing's cool way that I remember being a part of.
It's kind of odd that they maybe they bought it from Jaime Maussan and rebranded it or something like that.
Well, the thing about this is
odd.
That's exactly, well, I don't know if they bought it, but got the rights to do it.
Yeah.
Darcy Weir is usually a fairly legit dude.
Mm-hmm.
He has a pretty enormous output at this point of UFO docs, and so it surprises me that he decided. Now we get Jaime can be an issue. We have talked about this at length, especially in Patreons, but definitely on this pod.
He's got the Boogosphere. He's got the dog shit aliens, which a listener recently reached out to us, and I talked about it briefly. There is some things going on with those little aliens that we have to get back to at some point.
Yeah.
But not July.
The dog shit ones?
The dog shit aliens,
okay.
Yeah. There's an update on the dog shit aliens, but not in July. We're going to let that rest a little bit more.
And for kids who don't know, it's not because we're calling them dog shit. It's because particularly in the 70s, because of, I don't know what food brand, dog shit always had a powdery white surface on it.
Yeah.
Invariably. All the time.
Like after a day, you just turned white.
I thought that's how dog shit always looked until it suddenly didn't anymore. And now it hasn't for fucking decades.
Ain't seen a goddamn wet dog shit near 1987.
I remember when Sarah Silverman sang about it in the great Sarah Silverman program, maybe?
The Sarah Silverman show, yeah.
What a show program, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Fantastic program. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I loved it. So anyway, all of that fucking established. The incident in question began on the day of May 18th, 1997, when three dauntless teenagers with more moxie than savvy decided to hike headlong into the treacherous, venomous, snake-filled terrain in pursuit of a religious group, presumably populated with kids their own age and their guides, who were making a trek to a landmark known as the Cascades to camp for the evening. The trio of teens, Raul Fabricio Garcia, Lamoni Gonzalez, and Salvador Villanueva. Oh my God, I just love Spanish names. Villanueva.
You crushed it. It sounds awesome.
No, I'm still not doing it. So Salvador, who at 13, was the youngest of the group, hailed from the small desert town of La Rumorosa, located in northern Mexico, directly across the border from Jacumba Hot Springs, California. What a boss name for a town. Never heard of that town before.
No, man, Jacumba
Hot Springs.
Bro, I'm going to Jacumba Hot Springs.
You know what you're getting there.
Yeah, fucking Jacumba Hot Spring.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
With a population of just over 1,800 inhabitants, La Rumorosa is nestled on the road between Mexicali and Tecate and surrounded by stunning arid wilds. This austere environment has, however, been blessed with what the narrator described as, quote, an oasis in the middle of the Rocky Hills, a place of beauty, flora, fauna, desert snakes, and big rocks, a place of unparalleled beauty, but full of danger, end quote. This place is an area known locally as the Cascades, evidently located some 32 miles away from their hometown. The teenagers, who presumably drove or were dropped off near the locale, assumed that their long trek into the wilds would be a reasonably straightforward affair. They'd follow the trail, making a good pace, and eventually run into their friends who had already set up camp. But, as so often happens with seemingly straightforward schemes concocted by inexperienced youth, this expedition did not go as planned. And when the boys did finally encounter others, it would not be their friends who they expected, but a shambling group of bizarre beings quite beyond their reckoning. But we'll get there in a bit. Hold on to that for a second. Hiking under the blistering sun, what began as an exciting day of high adventure was quickly devolving into a nightmare of confusion and fatigue. After hours of roaming through a twisting labyrinth of trails in a fruitless search for their cohorts, the young men, their sails thoroughly deflated, decided to give up their hunt and turn around. They chose a path that they thought would take them home, and to paraphrase The Last Crusade, they chose unwisely.
Oh, dude.
Always.
Damn it.
Always.
Yeah, the first one's always the unwise one.
Yeah.
As the exhausted teens trudged along, they began to watch with growing alarm as the sun drifted ever closer to the horizon. It was then that the truth hit the trio like a ton of bricks. They were hopelessly lost, and now, with darkness speedily encroaching, the three pals suddenly realized that the area they were occupying was infested with rattlesnakes.
Oh, this is not
Excellent.
Dude, this is not party time, man. This is the worst.
I mean, if you're into rattlesnakes, it's party time.
I mean, yeah, if you're
If you're a herpetologist and you're prepped,
or if you're just a kid
big
that
party.
did jams on snakes, you're like, snakes are my jam. You're like, yeah, my boys are here. This is
Yeah.
cool. But like for the most part, you're lost in the,
in the dark.
yeah, and then you're just like sick. We're surrounded by snakes.
Yeah.
Cool.
With venomous serpents slithering past their feet in the swiftly dimming light, the boys sagely decided that their safest course of action would be to climb a large tree next to a nearby hill and continue their quest for the way back in the light of day, thus evading the ever-increasing odds that they'd fall victim to one of the seemingly endless stream of vipers below, which, supposing one of them were bitten while lost in the dark, would offer the envenomated individual a nearly 0% chance of survival. This fear was amplified by the fact that the region was also occupied with wildcats and other creatures that might be inclined to take a bite out of them as they rested.
There's no spot that's safe.
No spot that's safe.
Literally,
I mean,
nothing.
the cats can get up in the trees.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the threat of the rattlesnake is the most pervasive at this point.
no, that sucks. You have to
So you
watch
gotta
every
avoid that.
footstep.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, especially if you're like, wearing, I don't know, your fucking special hiking keds, whatever kids wear.
The special hiking kits.
Hiking kids.
Yeah. Topical.
They're Buster Brown hiking shorts.
Wow, there it is.
That's for all you kids out there with your kids.
Oh, boy. Huh? Enjoy that one.
Oh, man.
The decision made, the teens scurried up the jutting limbs of the near 30-foot tree until they were perched far enough from the ground to feel reasonably safe, which they estimated later to be about halfway up. So they were saying like 15 feet or so. I know that no one would need me to do that math, but still, I don't give a fuck. Now nestled again. You got the double nestled. Should have said settled.
You rarely do the double nestle,
I know.
dude. Oh,
That's
I
probably
love it.
why I instinctively said a different word,
No,
but I know
dude.
you got to commit.
Let me fucking nestle in the nestle, dog.
Now nestled on the
A lot of
nestliest,
nestling.
Nestle quick, the widest branches, ones that would hopefully be large enough to prevent falling if any of them accidentally fell asleep. Raul, Lamoni, and Salvador finally relaxed in the safety of the tree's wide arms, having no idea just how unsafe their supposed sanctuary would turn out to be. With nothing else to do, the kids began talking about the day's misadventures and planning the best route out for the morning. Lamoni claimed, "We felt safer being in that tree. We were talking." end quote. It was then that he suddenly noticed something coming over the crest of a nearby hill. Quote, in front of the hill, on the top, I started seeing lights. I was looking towards the hill and started wondering what those lights were. I thought the group came looking for us, so I started yelling, "We're here!" But no one answered. With what must have been growing excitement over the prospect of being rescued, Raul, referred to here by his middle name, Fabricio, beautiful fucking name, looked up and noticed something startling above the moving lights that were on the hill. Limoni claimed, quote, Fabricio was looking up in the sky and he asked, "What is that?" So I looked up and we saw a spaceship. It was moving. It was a spaceship. Staring up at the astonishing sight above, Raul described the object, claiming it was round and had the form of a disc with 3 small windows. I say they were windows, or at least that's what they looked like. There were 3 squares that flashed different lights, purple, orange, and sometimes a greenish color, which is weird because a lot of times, I think I could be wrong, but like the Tuscumbia space penguins and a few others, they say it's a greenish color. They don't say it flashes green.
Yeah.
It's always a greenish color.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, what the fuck is this? Not quite green color.
Intergalactic
yeah, I don't know.
Simon,
Like a
perhaps.
blue-green.
There's blue greens.
Or a green-blue.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
there was
could be.
greenish orange, I think in one of the more recent cases we covered. Flashing, I don't remember from what, but
Right.
regardless, it's a thing. It's a thing, and I noted it, and now I'll continue with the quote. I could see it from a distance, and I could definitely see movement that it was doing in front of the hill on the top. I could see it from a distance, but I could definitely see the movement that it was doing, end quote. Now, with a large group of oddly illuminated objects descending the hill toward their position and what can only be classified as a classic flying saucer flying above them, the boys were in a truly unique predicament. Then, as if the situation were already weird enough, the now anxious friends realized that the amorphous blobs of bobbing light that were creeping ever closer to them were not, in fact, flashlights, but the evidently bioluminescent bodies of an ever-growing array of humanoids with disproportionately large heads tethered to small, almost toddler-like bodies. And I'm not fucking around. These heads are way too big for their bodies.
Dude, this is
Maybe not Zarkon Wizard of Oz big, but fucking nutty.
Okay.
this is not like the rescue party that you want.
Yes.
Like the snakes will totally eat these things.
I mean, I can't even imagine.
You're useless.
Or, they might be able to like have alien fucking snake repellent, but I mean, they could be a whole other bag of trouble themselves.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like, yeah.
I have to add this caveat. This description I've given is at least according to the illustration on the documentary, excuse me, everybody. The things were depicted almost gray-like, but not quite. Their bodies look smaller, their heads just a bit too big, more than just a bit actually, almost as if it were a miracle that their thin necks could support such a large cranium. So do we chalk this up to, no double ups, artistic license, or recognize that this is how the kids actually describe the creatures in question? Who knows? But it's what we've got, so we're going to go with it. It's then that the trio suddenly and inexplicably, and this shit is hard to put your finger on how, well, I guess not really, particularly considering the circumstances, fell asleep.
Yeah, this is not the time to take a nap.
Not the time to fall
no,
asleep.
this is the time. This is awake time.
This is wide awake time.
Yeah, exactly.
This is no blinky, stare down,
Yeah.
keep your shit. Watch out for wildcats,
I mean,
watch out for jumping snakes.
Or have a buddy like stand, like guard for you, like sit high a post or some shit.
area of effect.
Area of effect.
Area
And
of
that's where he's
effect.
right. That's why I said maybe not so surprising,
Okay.
Right. That's
because
right.
it's just what happens.
Okay. Fair.
So, boom, out. When they woke, just moments later, presumably, Salvador, Limoni, and Raul were stunned to see that these self-illuminated beings were now gathering below them. Raul, the de facto leader of the group, explained the situation. The beings started to surround the tree, so I said, let them do what they came to do. We shouldn't bother them. We don't know what their intention is and what could happen for us just being here. So I said, shut up. No one talks. No one say anything. Sage, I think.
Yeah.
Stealth, I guess.
Like, we don't know what the fuck they're doing. We don't know if they're fucking, I don't know, like fucking desert fairies, aliens, fucking whatever the fuck they are.
It's better than screaming like, "Don't kill us!" Whatever you do.
True.
Yeah. Don't upset the whatever's
Right.
going on right now because it doesn't
Just be
seem.
Oh, hey, be careful with the
Crazy.
snakes. There's vipers. The floor is vipers.
Wow.
Yeah, be careful of the snakes.
That's true. Could have been something.
Snakes.
My Zin got caught.
Careful of the snake.
Yeah,
I'm like, what do you do? I'm like, what's this, an
my
accent?
Zin got caught. It was caught my
Fucking
tooth.
Zen. Jesus Christ.
Cindy Brady over here.
Be careful of the snake.
I totally just zinned out with Cindy Brady. My Zin got in my teeth. All right.
Okay. Tense and terrified, which we are not accurately capturing right now. Tense and terrified.
Okay, hold on. I'm tense and I'm terrified.
We got it? We
Okay.
tense and terrified?
Yeah,
Sick.
yeah, I'm scared.
The boys could only stare in wide-eyed wonder at the scene unfolding beneath them. Raul again picked up the story. Everything was going good. Then we saw there were a lot of them. They looked like scattered, but in small groups, like 3 or 4 per group. There was like 20, 50 meters away surrounding the tree. We kept looking for them and saw that they were even behind us. So it's not just 20 entities. Don't make that mistake. Just that one group
Yeah, right.
broken up into smaller groups
Yeah.
was there, but there's a lot more around them. At least that's what I was gathering from the way they were telling the story. It was then that things went from weird to worse when, according to Raul, we looked up and we saw many UFOs. They were floating and making geometric shapes. The one I can't forget was when they formed a triangle, a perfect triangle. One UFO here, one UFO there, and one above that one. They formed a bigger triangle and they even made squares. Fucking goddamn.
I mean, maybe they're trying to communicate. They're like, we can speak to them in geometry.
I mean, that's what everyone says. Math is the universal language.
And I'm screwed, man. I don't know shit about
Oh,
geometry,
no.
dude.
You're right. But, math, it assumes that other species also invented math. Like, because, we invented math.
We invented.
You know what?
You're
like, there's a structure there, but the
so that, I
You
think
know what
that's
I
what
mean?
they're saying.
Like-
I agree with what you're saying.
I never thought about that.
We invented numbers.
Yeah, we
It's
fucking invented math.
All right, but before you get on your fucking high horse there,
yeah, that's not like
we did not invent, as Chris almost said, the internal structure of being 1 or 2. A state of 1, 2, 3, or beyond.
We
is
also-
a
yes.
literal fact.
Yeah.
No, because we observed that shit, and that's what I went to BOCES for.
dude, he went to Bolsa for numbers. For
numbers?
we fucking lost.
Wow. Fucking.
I should not have passed that
I was
class.
about to say, our gain is MIT's loss, bro.
Oh, dude, no, I'm so fucked, dude. I don't even know what algebra is. Think about that. I'm an adult, and I'm like, algebra what? What's it? I have no clue.
You think you're alone? Chris does because he's fancy.
Yeah.
Dude,
No.
I can barely add fractions.
I took algebra and trig 1 year.
Okay.
Oh, Trig, look at this
Well,
boy.
Well,
Wow.
that was 11th grade math.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I was in
That
BOCES
was
math.
part of my sequence, so I think
I was in math.
Fair
I was in the math class with the other kid that got in the tractor accident, the full body cast, and he was out for the whole year, and it was just me and the one lady, and she just kept passing me.
Yeah.
Wow.
She didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be there. She let me go smoke cigarettes.
Wow.
I was like, I'm gonna go smoke a ball. I'll be back. She was like,
Different
yeah,
time.
don't get caught.
Good living.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right,
you didn't
well,
learn much.
Back
but
to
good
math.
living.
Back to math.
Back to math. Back to fucking math.
Yeah.
All right. So I think it's Raul. He's continuing. They formed a bigger triangle and they even made squares. We covered that. There were so many, they looked like a fleet, which is kind of disturbing.
It is.
And they weren't so high because an airplane passed by at around, stumbled mouth, 11:30 or 12, and that plane passed way above them. Now I'm talking about the UFOs that made the geometric figures. They were in the distance. So they're a little far away. An airplane is higher than them. Other ones, he goes on to say, were closer near the top of the tree, and that spaceship was the size of a car, not that big, end quote.
Yeah, see, when they're that close to you,
Yeah.
you got the little
Okay,
guys on the
so-
ground, you got the one above you, you got the one doing the math symbols, and you're like, I don't know math, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, this ain't good, man.
And closer than planes, which is
Yeah.
significant.
Do you start a fire? No.
No. And first off, you're already avoiding vipers, so you start a fucking fire in a tree?
No, you get to start fire in the ground.
I mean,
You
all
light
right,
the shit, you throw it on the ground.
listen, we all know what we're thinking. The most famous tree incident in the history of ufology.
I was wondering, like, can you make
Oh.
a bow and arrow?
Donnie Shrum and the Cisco
You
Grove.
fight the kaiju and the fucking
Yes, dude,
the smoking kaiju.
The
Yes.
shirtless king that not only fucking belt strapped himself to a tree
Shirtless king.
and shredded his fucking wardrobe so he could make flaming arrows to shoot at the not one but 2 fucking robots
Yeah.
that were
Yeah.
belching fucking knockout gas. at him.
American hero.
Total American hero.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, we all know and love that case. And
Dude.
you can't help, and I'm sure our astute listeners are also like, fucking Cisco Grove.
Hell yeah, dude.
But this is not Cisco Grove.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
But it's still pretty fucking cool to compare it
It's
to.
pretty killer.
Yeah. Okay. At that point, Lamoni described the odd aerial object closest to them. So this car-sized object that's near the tree. Quote, "It was round and had windows. I could see the spaceship sending signals like lights and, well, like a flash from a camera. And then the leaves would be moving and the aliens would be going up and the door would open for them to get in and the others would come down, going in and out. I think that they were taking stones, sons of bitches,
No.
or whatever they were looking for, and they would take it into the spaceship," end quote. Here, the illustration depicts a typical flying saucer with a large circular portal on the bottom through which a thick beam of translucent whitish light that must, based on what's going on, work like a tractor beam.
Yeah, totally.
Yup.
Raising and lowering the bulb-headed beings from the craft to the ground and presumably back again. To the almost certainly petrified teens stuck in the tree, this light show of luminescent entities shooting back and forth like little glimmering rockets next to the tree must have been nothing short of mind-blowing. So, again, we have to just defer to that. The ship is maybe slightly above the tree or maybe even near them. And these things are bringing rocks back up and down, up and down. And it's fucking nuts. And it's so close that it had to have been unnerving.
That's what they do, man. They come here to take rock samples, or hear me out, they're stealing our vipers.
Oh.
Eh?
I think they would have recognized if they had handfuls of wriggling snakes.
Yeah, as opposed to rocks.
I got a feeling they were sneaking vipers.
All right.
They had some rocks, a
Hold
majority of rocks. But they were like,
they
"We're
might have
actually
had
the
viper
vipers."
bags, and they looked like bulky rocks, I
Yep.
suppose. And they were only catching vipers in the dark, though they were glow in the dark, so you'd presume that the kids could see what they were doing. But you know what? Why not?
Don't take it off the table.
All right, fair enough.
Viper thieves.
As to why these beings were collecting fucking rocks, a pastime shared by so very many of their ostensibly interstellar brethren, it's a mystery for the ages. They're all the time taking rocks.
Yeah, that's the deal.
Rocks and dirt.
We have it all the time.
Rocks
dude.
and dirt.
Yeah, constantly.
Cosmic Etsy. I'm convinced they're just making baubles, selling them out there in the fucking network of the stars. You don't know why I called it the network of stars.
Network.
I
Yeah,
already
I don't know.
could
What
have
that
said the
means.
galaxy.
No, I like the network of stars.
Well, wasn't there a fucking network stars battle game from like the
That was
70s?
Battle of the Network Stars.
Jesus Christ! I knew
Yeah.
I was
It's even
glomming
better,
onto
dude.
something. It's so
I know.
absurd.
I know. My mom always watched it because a lot of soap opera people like doing hurdles. Or, it was basic shit, right? They were just like
Yeah, I only have the
it
vaguest
was
recollections.
maybe a little bit more different, but it was basic stuff like
Yeah,
I
like
kind of
athletic feats
Yeah.
sort of remember it. Yeah.
by network stars.
Yes, exactly.
So in the network of stars, fucking okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
But it was during this process of firing up and down with their mineral load. I don't know why that makes me laugh. Because we're 14 in our hearts. Old men, gray beard, 12-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Deep
Mineral
inside.
load, dude.
Fucking mineral load. It's not even fucking.
No,
so
it's
stupid.
okay. We said it.
Oh.
We said it.
At least we both laughed.
Exactly.
To the boys' eternal chagrin, it was while they were doing that to the boys' eternal chagrin, these radiant raiders, proud of that little bit of alliteration, finally noticed the trio of humans clinging desperately to the adjacent tree. At this point, these creatures apparently set up a device near the base of the tree, a device, I might add, that went frustratingly undescribed
No.
by the eyewitnesses. At least in the context of the doc. In all fairness, maybe it's described elsewhere,
Yeah.
but not in that.
They're set a device up. You
I
gotta
know.
come on, man.
I want
What
all
is
the
it?
I want is it wires? Is it tubes? It's always tubes.
Yeah,
is it
weird,
boxy? Is it triangular?
Yeah, what's the shape,
Yeah,
man?
I mean, if
How
it's only
big?
15 feet away, you should have had some kind of look at it, right?
Absolutely.
you would think.
Bread box, washing
Yeah.
machine. What kind of size are we talking about?
I
I
don't
don't know. Was it a ball?
Yeah. Oh, was it a beer ball?
Fair. It could be.
A goddamn intergalactic beer ball.
We don't fucking know.
Network of the Stars.
Which they don't make anymore. Even for the network
we
of the
talked
stars.
about that. They don't make it
I know.
anymore. Yeah.
This device evidently allowed the beings to get a better look at their earthling counterparts, utilizing, well, it's going to sound redundant now the way I said it, both the machine itself and their unnervingly large, almond-shaped black eyes. Like bigger than the typical
So they
gray.
got like a weird telescope.
So, I mean, I'm assuming that. But fuck if I know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it could be reading life signs. It could be scanning temperature. It could be designating. It could be so sophisticated, like a Star Trek tricorder, that's fundamentally saying what the species are, what their gender is, what their age is, what part of the world they come from. I mean, who the fuck knows? Or it could be just fancy binoculars. I mean, I just don't know.
Huh, that seems weird. That seems weird.
Yeah, because they're like 15 feet away.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just
Like, is it
can't
me?
see them.
And they've got
Is it
giant
me?
fucking
I'm
eyes.
like, I can't.
Yeah, I'm like, why would? Okay.
Weird. All right. Well.
Yeah. Fucking definitely.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's fucked up.
Yeah, you just James Hetfield. But,
You totally did just do a Hatfield.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went,
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah.
But it was weak. You're just like, yeah.
Okay, should I did it?
Beat
again.
Hetfield.
It was then, Lord in heaven, that the narrator ominously intoned. At that precise moment, the small humanoid started getting closer to the tree, starting a third type of contact. End quote.
Okay.
The illustration accompanying this baleful, why do I write baleful if I can't say it? Baleful declaration showed the phosphorescent creatures climbing the tree in what seemed to be an obvious effort to get to their human quarry. And as I, your humble scribe, sat there furiously jotting notes in front of my TV screen, all but breathlessly waiting to see what happened next, the scene abruptly cuts back to the man himself, Jaime Maussan, who pops up on the screen in front of a swirling cosmic backdrop to, I shit you not, talk about his investigation into the case that took place almost exactly 2 years later.
Oh, he didn't even like finish you off? Nothing? He's just like, here's my sick background. That's what they didn't even talk about it.
We're going to discuss it here, but fucking no. In short, as to what happened to the kids, well, we know they survived the ordeal as there's footage showing the young men returning with what seems to be a local news camera crew to show them where exactly the incident took place. We have video of them sweating as they trek up the steep, rocky terrain that cuts to images of them climbing the thick-trunked tree that served as their temporary refuge before the entities discovered their whereabouts. We don't get word one, however, regarding what finally happened to them on that fateful night of May 18th, 1997.
Son of a bitch.
It is beyond infuriating. And as it's been so many years since I saw Jaime's original untampered doc, which we talked about years before because of the glistening Christmas tree footage.
Oh, yeah,
that's
totally.
in that same one in
Yep.
the baseball field.
Yep.
I no longer recall if there's any extra footage or if it was excised to make more room for the dick heel hipster inserted to make some more fucking so eye-rollingly ironic quips. I don't fucking know. I don't remember. But
so the one that you saw, long and short, could have just been edited down. They
could have been edited
which
down.
is a weird edit to make. Like, put the end in.
Yeah.
You fucks.
But it might also have been in the original doc, just excised.
Right.
But I mean, that makes no sense. You don't pay.
It's weird.
You know, the narrator, good voice, doing his job well.
Yeah.
You don't have someone like talk about this and like it was just about to happen. Phase 3 of the fucking nightmare.
And then
And then
nothing.
they just cut you right off. Interesting. Okay.
Right.
Maybe the kids didn't know. Well, they would have said we didn't know what the hell happened next. You know, we woke up in the trees surrounded by vipers. Nestled
I'll be
with vague human vipers.
Vague human vipers.
Vague humans.
Humans.
Hey, I love it. All right. If you
Vague
don't do it,
human.
I would get a little sad.
I mean, I think I said vague already. Vague.
Vague.
I did not say vague.
Human.
I do not say human. I do say human.
You do it. I love it.
I do
like
say
the human.
Human.
It's my favorite.
human.
Human.
Wait. So wait. Now I say human. Human.
Yeah, you started saying
Human.
that weird.
Human.
I celebrate it and I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Sometimes the H doesn't need to be there. You're right. It's just human.
I love it.
But I definitely throw the H in there sometimes. I mean, I
Hey,
can't.
whatever, dude.
When I'm reading, I can't be responsible.
I'm here for
I'm
it.
not responsible for reading when I'm reading. What's wrong with you guys?
I get into a zen-like state. That's why I fuck up so much.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so fucking that aside.
That's amazing.
So what we're left to wonder is whether, once again, Lamoni, Salvador, and Raul were induced into a state of artificial slumber at that terrifying moment when the creatures began scurrying towards them, as happens in so many abduction cases, many more than I can recall, where the aliens are just about on you and that's when you pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about being in the mesmer zone earlier, Chris.
Yeah.
Or if they were all too aware of their situation and were forced to live with the memories of what happened next. Again, we just don't know. All we have is a narrator promising a third type of contact to come, and just like that, we're cut off. But as frustrating as this undoubtedly abridged saga may be, it's worth pointing out that, according to Jaime and his team, the rock-collecting creatures hadn't simply skated through the area and taken their leave, but had clearly decided to set up shop near the desert oasis. Jaime begins his testimony by confirming the dangers of the site. Quote, fortunately, I went to investigate. I almost stepped on a serpent, by the way, because it's true, it's full of serpents. I almost died there. The temperatures are really high. There's no water around. It's a very difficult place. Believe me, it's very rough terrain. Thank you, Jaime.
All right, man.
Almost died, bro.
I was out here stepping on serpents. That's all I'm doing.
It would be in the wee hours of the next morning that his investigation would become truly unnerving. Jaime continued, that night when we went there with them presumably being both his crew guides and one of the original observers, Lamoni. So we know that those people were there. They called me at 2:00 in the morning. This is May 27th, 1995, 2:05 in the morning. And they said, what is that? Then I saw a little creature, phosphorescent, very bright eyes, going around. It was small, and then they said, there, and a second one was coming in the middle of the road. I took my cameras, I tried to record, I took some photographic equipment and took photographs. Nothing came out, unfortunately for me, but I saw them. Dude. Unfortunately for all of us, Jaime.
Yeah, God damn it, Jaime.
I mean, it's just the way.
Yeah, I mean.
It's the way of the West.
Yeah.
Nothing came out.
Nothing came out.
Nope.
Through no fault of his own. God damn it, Chris. I can tell what you're implying.
Yeah. I mean, it was the 90s. Camera equipment wasn't as,
This was 1999.
I know, but
this
still,
is the version of the millennium. The check's pretty good.
Dude, I mean, I remember having, well, no, actually, my little Canon digital camera was
also,
actually pretty decent.
Do I dare mention? They're fucking glowing.
No, yeah.
So you might not get detail, but you should see at least fucking what looks like
bright smudge
of a rays
instead of a
no
smudge.
Yeah, you should be
exactly.
You know what? You're right. There should at least be smudges of something on something in Serpent Land.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jaime.
Serpentopia. Jaime then decided to try and get a better look at the uncanny entities, claiming, quote, I looked through the binoculars. What I saw, the eyes were incredibly bright. It was phosphorescent. It's something that I cannot prove because I saw it. We were 6 people and all of us saw this, end quote. One of the individuals who bore witness to the beings was evidently the kind of realist who can't help but to poke fun at those with more open minds. But according to Jaime, he got his comeuppance. One of the witnesses was a guy who all the time was making jokes to us. The extraterrestrials are coming. They're going to get you. And so on. Stupid things. After the sighting, I know, fucking stupid things.
Stupid things. Not in Serpentopia. We don't do stupid things. Yeah.
You're all a team. If you're not a team in Serpentopia, you're coming out dead.
Yeah, the temperature's high.
Yeah. No water. Thirst is the name.
Tough terrain.
Wow. After the sighting, I looked for him to ask him what it was, and he was inside of his sleeping bag, covered to his face. Next morning, I asked him, what did you see? And he said, I don't know. That's a revelation from God. And I said, no. It was a lion. The frightened man responded, no, it's not. Jaime prodded him on. Okay, it was a deer. It's not a deer, he insisted. It's a revelation from God, and I don't do anything about that.
Oh, dude, this is the weirdest back and forth. Why is it a revelation? Like how Jaime's like, it was a lion, and the guy's like, no.
It's a deer. Fuck you. It's a message from the Lord, and we're all fucked. Run.
I don't do anything about. What does that even mean? What do you mean?
You can't. What are you gonna do? God's revelation. You just got to go with it.
I mean, at that point, you're just like, Jesus, thank you for your presence.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's what he was doing.
Happy birthday.
Hidden in his sleeping bag.
Yeah.
That's what he gets for being a dick.
Yeah. That's why you don't be an asshole to people like that, man. Come on. Be a little more open-minded.
Fair enough.
All right.
It's interesting to note that the beings seen on the early morn of the 27th, while still self-illuminated, were somewhat different from the creatures encountered by Raul, Salvador, and Lamoni. As this second batch were depicted not as having bulbous heads like those in the first run-in, but long, thin, almost phallic-shaped heads, no wider than their necks, with bright eyes atop them. There also seemed to be a slight difference of opinion as to the color of the eyes.
You mean they're just like a fucking weird, like
just like straight up like a fucking
hot dog?
Yeah. If Beaker was a full-on hairless hot dog.
Fucking hot dog?
That's what the depiction in the documentary showed.
Got some goddamn hair dags?
With like 2 like bright lights on top.
I saw a couple conies walking on the fucking road. They're glowing.
Well, they had shoulders and bodies.
I know it's even
but the
weird.
conies just sticking out.
No, yeah.
Coney head. fucking love conies. There. That's
All
all I'm
right.
going to say about that.
There you go. Jesus.
Oh, my. All right. Jaime described the beings, stating they were big-headed, so he has a different concept here, and phosphorescent to the feet. Then again, he might not. Big-headed could be because they go up really tall, these
maybe.
depictions.
Yeah.
So maybe big in the sense of tall.
Okay.
So I don't want to speak for Jaime here. They were big-headed and phosphorescent to the feet. He loves the word phosphorescent. It's all I can tell you. And the eyes were so bright. I compared the eyes to like Venus when Venus is very, very bright. It's something like that. We saw two lights, two very bright eyes there, and this happened 2 years after they had their experience, and it's very possible that they were the same kind of creatures. Everyone remembers. Carlos Clemente remembers. You can ask him. I don't know if he told you about it, and it's real. That's all I can tell you. It's an incredible case.
Wow.
End quote.
All right.
Ask Carlos.
Yeah.
So you know what we're going to do?
We're going to ask Carlos Clemente.
On cue, the editors cut to ufologist Carlos Clemente of the Mexican UAP research group Vigilantes del Cielo. I fucking love it. Vigilantes del Cielo. Or Skywatchers. I don't understand.
Yeah, how does that translate?
So in comparison, like fucking guards, like fucking, I guess Sky Guardians is another way, but Skywatchers is probably more accurate. But I mean, like fucking... not obeying the law, we fight the crime of the skies.
Yeah.
Crime of the skies.
Okay, so who described his version of the late night sighting, quote, "So we went to investigate the case of Lamoni, Raul, and Salvador. It was, he agrees, I'm adding the he agrees, 2:05 in the morning when we started seeing luminous lights in the ravine. One was standing and the other luminous being was behind a rock. It was moving. You could see the fluorescent luminosity. When Jaime started seeing with the binoculars, he said he could see the eyes. I was seeing it like a candle. And he taps my shoulder and gives me the binoculars, and I started seeing pretty well. The bushes, the rocks, it had good focus. And then I saw that it was something fluorescent, long, and on the top I saw two red lights, like if they were eyes." So this is where I think we get the long-headed description.
Okay, all right. Now that makes a little bit more sense, I guess. Okay.
At this point, I could see the being moving, and it was alive. It was then that Clemente's curiosity gave way to his natural instincts. Quote, "I got afraid. I stood backwards and started to film with two cameras that I had brought with me, but we weren't nearby the things. Therefore, the cameras couldn't record it. In order for me to record it, I would have had to turn on a light, but I was afraid that they would see us, so I didn't do it." That seems reasonable to me. After 5 minutes, one of the luminous beings got lost behind a rock, and the other one started moving behind the bushes. Lamoni and I, so Lamoni, obviously one of the original eyewitnesses who's there, got close to the ravine. We couldn't go any further, and we saw it with binoculars until it got lost. It was around 10 minutes that we were seeing these beings. It was something very stunning, very interesting, because it was a place where they had told us these things happened, and we had a chance to see it too, end quote. So it's interesting, a little more thorough. I'm not saying, I mean, honestly, it corroborates a lot of what Jaime says. We can all poke fun at Jaime because he is so bombastic, and his claims so often turn out to be just wildly erroneous. But it doesn't mean that his heart's not in the right place, and he's not still... Sometimes,
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever actually lying, I hope, but I think he's just so goddamn excited to get in there
I mean,
and
dude,
get the big scoop.
He's been out there doing it for so many years.
Decades.
It would not be the same without him. Honestly.
No, I wouldn't trade Jaime for the world in ufology.
Every so often he comes up with these problematic things, and you're just kind of like, all right, Jaime, let's go for this ride again.
But you know what?
We'll see what happens.
Watch him turn around and be the stunner that proves it's all real.
Yeah, it's the one that you least suspect, the one that everyone's like, oh, he's got a bunch of fake shit. Next thing you know, it's like, goddamn, he's been right like 97% of the time.
I mean,
like son of a
true.
bitch.
I mean, we'll see.
And now that he's in cahoots with Dr. Greer.
Oh boy,
those two powerhouses.
I know.
Yeah,
working together on the Boogosphere.
The old Boogosphere.
Oh my! If you don't know about that,
Patreon, check it out.
Check it out.
It was nearly stolen, but we saved it.
Yeah, not us. I mean, the colloquial we.
I did.
Yeah, we did.
It was mostly Chris.
Exactly. We were there too. Stop.
I mean, we were there.
Okay.
In spirit.
Sick.
But those 6 eyewitnesses would not be the only ones who could confirm the strange goings-on near the oasis, as, according to Jaime, when they were leaving the isolated region, quote, "we had to go through a soldier checkpoint. It's a checkpoint for drugs. It's very close to the border in Mexico. All around the border, there are always checkpoints to stop drug dealers from going to the U.S. We told them what we were doing there. One of them called me and told me that this was true, that this has happened to them. They had seen the creatures, they had seen the UFOs, and this was very constant. He couldn't say that openly to anybody because he was military. This is all I can tell you. I love how he ends everything. I can say no more. This is all I can tell you.
Yeah, right.
I can't. Not another fucking word.
Dude, fucking
this is all I got.
Silencio.
That's so much. That's
dude.
so much more powerful.
I know.
Oh my. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe Clemente and the others could support that statement, but that the military officers like fucking, it's like a light show constantly. Now, granted, this is 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, smuggle some evidence. I don't know. Catch one. I don't know. Film it.
Sure.
You got to.
I mean, they tried, but apparently not, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, this is.
You can't film on camera. You can't take a picture of it.
It's unfilmable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
So, as Jaime says, that's all I can tell you, and the same goes for us. Though somewhat sketchy, unconfirmed comments by the unnamed soldier were, as far as I know, the last officially reported sightings of the little living nightlights of La Rumorosa. I'm also unaware of any further investigative expeditions sent to the region during the past 26 years, though with prominent ufologists still seeing creatures 2 years after the initial event, it seems unlikely that there would not have been some hardy souls willing to brave the myriad dangers of the desert for a chance to make history with compelling footage, or perhaps achieve a personal goal of coming face to, in this case, glowing face with a hopefully intelligent and not too belligerent being. As to the cryptid kids out there, I use the term affectionately, of course, I mean adult cryptozoology aficionados.
Nice.
We're chomping at the bit and asking themselves, what do we do now? As I used to be all the time. When I hear shit on Coast to Coast, I'd be like, well, who's going to do it?
Yeah.
And I would, I was a kid when I started, but fucking, grew into adulthood. And I wasn't doing shit back then. And I'm just like, fucking, then they're going to send more people out. They're going to figure this out. They're going to go to Mel's Hole with fucking, government equipment. They're going to do all this kind of stuff. They're going to go to Skinwalker. Any of the places, any of the things. When he claimed to have knowledge of the whereabouts of a buried Bigfoot body that he could not disclose until the death of the hunter, though unfortunately I think Art's demise came first. I was like, fucking, well, make sure you write it down in places that fuckers can find it in case something happens to you.
Exactly.
So this is what I'm talking about, that feeling.
Okay, understandable.
For those folks, I have a few suggestions. One, for you fearless outdoors types who have the experience and the know-how to tough it out through some of nature's toughest terrains, I say gear up, strap on your snake gaiters, grab the very best in high-def, low-light camera gear, and venture out into the desert wilds surrounding La Rumorosa and see what you can find. Focusing, of course, on hydration and remembering one of my favorite commandments, safety first, motherfucker. You might be the one who shocks the world with your evidence. And for you crypto kids who, like your good old Uncle Bobby, prefer their expeditions to involve old books and would rather tramp through an endless morass of web pages than so much as a single fallen log, I implore you to do what I was unable to. Try and find out what this enigmatic third type of contact may have been. There's bound to be more to the story out there in the form of news clips, newspaper accounts, and write-ups on Spanish-speaking blogs. Dig them up and send them in, and we'll speak of all involved as the conquering heroes they are when the weight of your newfound evidence compels us to do a proper addendum on this fascinating, if fucking infuriating case. Until then, however, revel in the facts that we do have, and think about what you might do if you ever found yourself stuck in a tree, unarmed, with your two best friends, a fleet of flying saucers overhead, and an army of ascending aliens at your feet. Consider your best options. Then thank God it wasn't you.
Invasion Mexico, the La Rumorosa incident. La Rumorosa. Yeah, that's wild, man. The end is such
a dick kicker.
It is, but I do like that you get the call to action out there where you're like, yo, if you're out there and you're doing this, man, check this thing out.
That's what folks are for. I mean, now we have so many savvy researchers out there.
Dude, there's so many people on the net alone that I'm sure could like check this out. Like, I'm really, really interested to know, like, what does Jaime know about the end of this?
Right.
Like,
what? And like, did they just really do one night?
Yeah, if you're out there and you saw it, like, why wouldn't you go back?
Take a week and you go there night, after night.
Here's the thing. I don't know that they didn't. They only spoke about that night.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I'm saying according to this, it seems like they just went.
That was 2 years after it happened.
Yeah.
So you gave a 2-year span of like,
well, they might
let's
not
go
have
check it out.
In all fairness, they might not have heard about it right away.
No, but I'm just saying that like the time that elapsed.
Yeah.
Within 2 years, you'd be like, oh yeah, nothing's going to be out there, and then you get out there and you're like, oh shit.
Sure. Was it going on the whole fucking time?
Yeah, exactly. No one knew about it.
The kids obviously didn't go back.
Apparently, the soldiers knew about it.
Right.
Like, yeah, we see this shit all the time.
So you're right. These bag a lot of important questions. Is there a base out there?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't indicate like a mineral hunting exercise and nothing more. That seems like, I mean, there was a fleet of UFOs according to the young eyewitnesses. So it's not like they were stuck there in a crash,
right?
And making do like the
no, they were there like on like a little expedition.
What was the one in Brazil? The three, the knobby-headed
Varginha?
Varginha.
Oh, there's we got some Varginha news coming up, too.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, possible new eyewitness, $200,000 on the line for the video.
Oh.
That might be next week's Patreon, though.
All right.
Not this week's, but next week's.
Fair enough.
We shall see.
I'm excited to know. So I don't think it's a situation like that, but if there were so fucking many, then you have to think underground base as a potential option.
Yeah, for sure. In the desert like that. I mean, they wouldn't just be unless they're coming down at night to gather whatever resources they need from the earth. And then
you say it so sarcastically.
Flying back.
Resources from the earth.
I mean, it's just bizarre like what they're doing there. But then again, he kind of saw a completely different version of these weird things where they got these weird hat dag heads with the weird lights and shit. So
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which could be like a juvenile form.
Could be, yeah.
Maybe your head blows up during puberty.
Maybe they're adjusting to the Earth's gravity.
I mean, or maybe the other things weren't their head, but maybe it was a helmet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, could have been, yeah.
That's why they're so fucking big.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah, they got their weird little hot dog heads
Could you
crammed in
imagine
their
you
helmets.
see like this fucking giant gray head and suddenly it cracks open with, of course, the obligatory hisses, which probably wouldn't exist.
Well, yeah.
Like hydraulics and
and
then
smoke.
And all of a sudden you got a dark helmet moment. It's just like this fucking literal dickhead with
two
bright red eyes.
Dude.
I mean, did Black Manta really need a fucking helmet that's this fucking wide
No,
and gigantic?
No,
red
sir, he
laser?
did not.
Yeah.
Though I wouldn't trade that helmet for the
Absolutely
world.
fucking not. But he didn't need it.
But he did not need it.
He did not need one that was that big.
Yeah.
I mean, he must have had a good 3 feet in that helmet.
Oh, it's superfluous.
Yeah.
Just like
it looked like fucking Mayor McCheese.
Oh.
It's fucking unnecessary.
He does too.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So true.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunity's there. If this is going on, you can definitely go back out there and check this out. Maybe this is a hot spot.
A quarter of a century is not a short span of time.
No.
But if it happened 2 years later and there is indeed a base, then it would be worth it. Like,
100%,
I mean, it's pretty treacherous, so be experienced if you're going to do that. But
I mean, especially
if you're
with
prepared.
Like with Jaime, like I'm surprised he's not out there just trying to like capture one of these things. Like you have the opportunity.
Right.
They're out there. Like,
so that brings us to the other side of the spectrum, which is I'm not going to, like I say, I have a huge soft spot for Jaime Maussan, and he has been at it for fucking decades. And I wouldn't even call him a liar earlier, but would someone on his production team have been inclined to get some glow in the dark paint?
No.
And like, I don't know, like, not kids necessarily, maybe some small people with like weird fucking, I don't know, broomsticks tied to the back of their
old
fucking
desert hobo.
Their old desert the old desert hobo.
Yeah,
yes,
no one sees that coming.
And instead of bicycle reflectors, a la Orange Eyes callback, they were just like, like glow in the dark sex painted up and sent out far enough away and waddling around behind rocks and bushes and
so Jaime's trying to make something happen.
Well,
possibility.
Maybe they even left Jaime in the dark and they're just trying to do something, because a show that's been on for as many fucking years as his has.
Yep.
I mean, has its dedicated followers, no doubt, like
a
for classic
sure.
soap opera,
yeah.
but needs a little bit of lifeblood every now and again. Of course, they didn't capture anything, so maybe the glow-in-the-dark paint wasn't enough. The cameras suck too much. But I'm just saying, you can't put, or even think about this. Local kids hear about it. I mean, Jaime comes down. It's a big deal. He's one of the biggest television stars,
right.
South of Texas. Fucking huge all across the fucking continent and in South America too. So they find out he's coming down. Maybe they want to go out there, play hell. It's not like he goes out there with a gun. It's not like you're really risking your life.
No, sure.
The worst case scenario is you can film. So I'm just saying there are a few things that I could reasonably say might have happened that do not involve extraterrestrials. But still, assuming that this was authentic, and that there are things that were there 2 years later, it would definitely be worth it. I mean, if you've got like a week or 2 weeks and you're like a hardcore survivalist, not even a hardcore survivalist, you're just really good at camping, you're very safe, you're very healthy, and you can fucking do that shit, and you've got like some cool camera equipment, go out with, you know, some trusted buddies, you don't want to do it alone, and film until you see some glowing shit.
I mean, all you content creators out there, all you tic-tackers, I mean, this is the perfect opportunity to go out there and get something. I mean,
if you have the know-how, don't do it
safe
just because you're curious and a legal adult.
No,
yeah. I mean, be smart,
be smart,
be safe. It's you know, the temperature is high, it's dry, and all kinds
snakes
of
ahoy,
all kinds of crazy shit. You know, then again, like I was thinking about this, like with the kids being in the tree and getting lost. Like if they experience just some weird, like they're dehydrated, they're freaking out, they're in the tree, they're kind of hallucinating or whatever, and then maybe this was what they thought really happened to them, but it was just some sort of like, you know, not group hallucination, but just like they thought they saw something that wasn't there.
Group hallucinations don't happen.
Oh, you know, or they're just freaking each other out in the tree. Because you're think about the situation that they're in, where they're lost in the desert, they're climbing into a tree to sleep with serpents beneath them.
Right.
They probably don't have a lot of provisions, and they're just probably up there losing their collective.
Oh yeah, they were planning on hooking up with probably a fairly well-heeled camping expedition. They probably had like food and water. They maybe just brought water and something to munch on.
If this is
real
what
quick.
you think that you experience, and you're like telling Jaime about this, and he's getting on there and he's trying to do his thing too. I mean, it's kind of like just like self-perpetuating, you know? Like
all right, there is truth in what you say, but
not that I like it.
No,
I don't like it.
I would say
it's not fun.
You know, that doesn't seem likely to me. The fact that they could have conflated their stories by talking about it on the way home or whatever, sure, a possibility.
Right.
But I think what we're dealing with here is either outright liars,
fair,
or somebody that experienced a group of people that experienced something genuinely anomalous.
Trying to get that sweet Maussan money.
I mean, or 5 minutes of fame. I mean,
yeah, I mean, 5
minutes.
Kids. If I was a teenage kid, though, you can be on Jaime Maussan's show. I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm gonna be on this goddamn show.
I mean, you can't rule out that possibility.
No, you can't.
But to assume it is sort of cynical.
Yeah, no, I know. And that's not what we do here. We have fun.
We do have fun.
We have joy and fun and friendship.
You can hear it in our voices.
Yes, exactly. Everybody have fun. Christopher, have fun. Robert, fun dance.
Joy. The face of joy.
Face of the fun dance. There. The $10 people got to see him do the fun dance.
Summertime fun boy fun dance.
Yeah.
For you guys.
There it is.
$10 tier. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Awesome case, though.
Very
super
interesting.
for sure.
I really hope we find out what happened. Now, even if it's just that they fell asleep or that, because there could be a whole, they could have taken aboard a ship. They could have met fucking all sorts of crazy creatures.
It sounds like they may have had like a whole, like a.
I don't want to blow it out of proportion, but it could be everything from the
maybe.
most incredible to the.
But they woke up still in the tree, yeah?
Yeah, but all abductees wake up where they were taken.
True, but like they were still. I feel like they fell asleep at a time that's not normal in other stories, because they kind of passed out and then they woke up and then they were like putting the stuff under the tree to like look at them. I'm like, normally the sleep is like the last thing.
Yeah.
And then they wake.
That dude,
it doesn't continue, right? It's not like in the beginning. It's like at the end.
I mean, I guess you can't rule out, because they weren't said it was induced. It was implied by me, but I can't imagine you see these luminous blobs coming over the hill. You see a fucking UFO light show better than Pink Floyd in the late 70s. How do you fall asleep? I know you're exhausted, but 3 teenage boys with that unnatural energy of youth.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you fall asleep under those circumstances?
That mesmer.
I mean, you don't, unless it's just like Elvis in the fucking 60s and just teenage girls just passing out at shows.
Yeah.
They were just all like, oh, this is Joe. But they just like 30 seconds. Because that's what it seems like. You know, they're just, oh, shit. And then they're woke.
But if it happened to 1 or 2, all 3, that
I mean,
less explicable.
No.
Talk to the 60s teenagers in the Elvis crowd. There's like all of them. They all pass out.
All the time.
With
Beatles.
The Beatles. Yeah, the Beatles too. Yeah.
Just it had to be
passing
out
out everywhere.
Oxygen
Airports,
from screaming.
shows.
Yeah. The Bee Gees, dude. Everyone saw the Bee Gees. Like, my God.
Their blood pressure must have been through the roof, these young ladies.
Yeah.
Nobody ever gives that much. I guess One Direction. I suppose there's for bands like maybe even the Jonas Brothers once upon a time. I don't know. But it seems like the Elvis Beatles thing does not happen as often. The
No.
throngs of,
No,
of course,
not really.
teenagers aren't allowed nearly the autonomy that they were once too.
Yeah, to go pass out in front of their favorite pop stars.
Yeah, right. You scream until you lose oxygen and pass
until
out.
you just
Or
frantic.
like Chris and I's friends in high school get backstage. God bless them.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go, man. All right, well, there you have it. Thank you all so very much for joining us, Cryptonaut
You're drunk.
podcast. Awesome
Yeah.
story, Bob.
Yep.
Super fun.
I
And-
hope there's more.
I hope
Dude,
there's more too.
I do love one like these like weird little like one-off bangers like this.
Oh
though.
yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
because they're just so bizarre. They're so weird, and then they just leave you with so many questions, and then the call to action to our listeners to get yourself out there if you're so inclined, and be safe and be prepared and be ready to do the work of Uncle Bobby.
And if you're not, and fucking
Hey,
God bless you
There
if
you
you
go,
are,
man. You know what?
Yeah.
dive into the internet, see what
Hit
you
this
can
shit
turn out.
on Reddit and let us know, because I come
mean-
across tons of Spanish-speaking websites, and the translation's not always the best
Right.
because
Yeah.
Google hasn't for some reason nailed it down. But
But
regardless,
it'll get you there though.
It'll work. It'll
Yeah.
work. Regardless, Bobby, we got some shout outs to do for the good folks to support us every month on Patreon, patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. Let's do those shout outs. Good sir.
Indubitily. Beginning with, I probably have got this right list. Jesse Aragona.
Yes, you got it. There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
great. Jesse. Nice last name. London Barrister.
Yeah, London Barrister, what up?
Fancy. Did you get to wear the wig?
Hell
That's
yeah.
so dope.
Hell yeah.
Why don't we have any cool fucking old timey shit?
Yeah, we just can't.
Angie Alcala.
Thank you, Angie Alcala. We appreciate it.
Yep, I almost fucked that up. So simple, but I almost fucked that up.
Yep.
Alcalala.
Yeah.
Alcala. Angie Clala.
You did not do that. Thank you.
But I didn't. I just
It's a
calmed
scary
down.
face.
I was panicking, and
Scary
I just
face.
said, Alcala.
There you go. I like it.
Alcala. See, yeah, you're getting all the shout outs.
You got it, dude.
Stefan.
Stefan, thank you so much.
Thank you, Stefan.
We appreciate it.
Last, never least, Mr. Miss, don't know, Ty.
Ty, thank you so
Ty.
much. And again, that is patreon.com/Cryptonaut
Ty.
podcast for all the bonus audio, bonus video content that you would like to check out. You can watch us do the pod. You can get bonus videos during the week. You can get the ad-free version of the episodes. You can listen to the bonus episode on Sunday. Sundays suck. But it's awesome because you get to we lead you into the week. We lead you into a Sunday with a
True.
Patreon, Monday with an episode, video versions of all of that, and then all kinds of other bonus videos throughout the week. So check that out again, patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. And of course,
Do it.
the merch, hellerspace.com, still backed by TeePublic. Just a different storefront. There's some new merch coming, some new garments that we're going to be getting.
Very
Yep,
excited.
very excited about that. So
Very
that'll be
excited.
super fun. And again, check that out, hellerspace.com. The socials, the Instas, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the short form videos, the pictures. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff out there. So be sure to like, follow, comment. DM me. I'm always on there chatting. It might take me a little bit to get back to you. I've been doing this thing on the weekends where I haven't been like getting super on the phone. I've been trying to like put the phone down, go do the yard, hang out in
Right.
the yard a little bit. So,
Yeah.
So a couple,
Nothing
give
wrong
me a
with
couple
that.
days. Just,
Yeah, same with
I'm an old man trying to keep up with a bunch of messages.
I
So
hear ya.
I'm trying my damnedest.
You can find me too
Yeah,
on
nope,
Instagram.
yeah,
It'll
Bobby's
take me
there.
a little longer probably
Yeah,
because I'm
no.
even more negligent, but I will
Bob's hanging
definitely
out.
get back to everyone who gives me a
Chris is
shout-out.
there. He's hanging out
Where?
on Instagram. You're on
Oh,
Instagram.
There it is.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if I'm hanging out there, but
He was saying he's there. He's available.
I mean, is he? I
I
didn't
mean,
want to
I
speak
don't
for
know.
Chris.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
he has an
I mean,
account.
Is he going to respond? Have you ever responded?
no.
He has an,
There it
he
is.
has an account. It's fine. He's
But
do
on.
have
Mark
an
and I
account.
will.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, there's all that. Thank you so very much for continued support,
Fucking
tuning
A.
in week and week out. We appreciate you
God
all out
bless.
there. It's so awesome. You know what? If you feel so inclined to leave a positive review, I don't even know where you do that anymore.
I don't
I don't know
either.
if it's Apple Podcasts.
I don't where to look. I used to
I don't know.
enjoy the positive reviews so much.
Oh, you know what? Thank you to everyone that comments on our episodes in Spotify. Thank you so much. I try to go in there and heart them all the time, but with Spotify, you can like leave little comments on the episode. It's super cool.
I have to
appreciate
get
it.
access to
Yeah,
that.
man, Spotify is awesome. We appreciate everything that they do for us.
Nice.
So there it is. Thank you all so very much, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Goodbye, farewell.
Be careful of the vipers on the floor of the desert. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, I
Be
like that.
careful.
Okay.
Yeah. Be careful. Dun, 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 dun. Be careful. Dun.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just,
There it is.
Sort of a half a Guar song.
Yeah.
you just be careful.
Just be careful. Dun, It's not
I
a
mean,
guar.
you
How am I talking about?
It's not guar, but you can take
No.
it somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean, there's more than vipers on the floor.
Whatever, dude.
Lights in the sky.
Viper on the floor, lights in the sky. Are you gonna die? Dun, 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 dun,
See?
dun, dun.
Yeah.
I
That's
know.
what I'm talking about.
I'm literally doing the one maiden gallop.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
dun, dun,
It's always
dun, dun,
triplets.
It's always triplets. It's
Yeah.
always awesome. All right, there it is. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
I-